Hi friends, today I am taking out problem number 3. DM of DM Delhi has a branch in London which has integral foreign operation of DM. At the end of the year 31st March 2016, the branch furnishes the following trial balance in UK pound. Fixed assets acquired on 1st April 2012, that is date of acquisition. Even though we are having this information of 16, this is not to say that this is the when they have acquired the fixed asset, the date of acquisition has been given. So date of acquisition, whatever the written down value is there or whatever the value is there, on that you will be calculating the depreciation, the cost of the asset you will be calculating. So fixed assets acquired on 1st April 24,000 pounds, there it's not dollars, pounds. Stock as on 1st April 15, opening stock 11,200. Then you got goods from head office 64,000, expenses 4,800, debtors, creditors, cash at bank, head office account, purchases, sales. This information has been given. In the head office book, the branch account stood as follows. It is just like last class problem. The closing balance is amount due from London branch. It shows credit balance in the books of head office. In head office books, he has given the goods sent to branch. And fixed assets are to be depreciated 10% per annum on straight line basis. Okay. Then expenses outstanding 400 pounds. Expenses outstanding 400 pounds. Prepaid expenses 200 pounds. Okay. Then closing stock 8,000 pounds. Rate of exchange. This information has been given to you. You are required to prepare. This is opening rate has been given. Closing rate has been given. This rate is a date of on the date of acquiring. On the date of purchasing fixed asset. Now I'm giving just 2 minutes time. I think you are also having the problem with you. You kindly go through this once again. Can you do? I'm giving just 2 minutes time. Okay. I think you might have gone through this now. Can you make an attempt of it? To what extent you can do this? Hmm? So I think you might. Have given time for you to just go through this. The reason is that you will be having some framing, some idea. What are the things we need to do? Simply previous problem it was done with a dollar. Now we are doing it a pound. Fixed assets. Date of acquisition rate is 70. Am I right? 70. Stock as on 1st April is opening stock, no? Opening stock, opening rate. What is opening rate for opening stock that has been given to you? Is 76, I think. Yes, 76 opening rate. Opening rate 76. Goods from head office actual is given 49 lakhs 26,000. About expenses, we are having one adjustment, I think. Expenses outstanding, prepaid expenses. What is to be done is that outstanding expenses is to be added, prepaid expenses to be subtracted. That means 4,800 plus 400, 5,200 minus 200. You will be getting expenses of 5,000. So what is your expenses? 5,000. This expenses, I told you, average rate is to be taken into consideration. Average rate. What is average rate? 75. Average rate comes to 75. Debtors closing rate, creditors closing rate, cash at bank closing rate. You can see what is closing rate given here. 77. Debtors 77, creditors 77, cash at bank 77, head office account actual. You're having 17 lakhs 20,000. Now coming back to purchases. Purchases, which rate? If nothing is mentioned, we can go for average rate. Actual purchase of goods is not there, we can go for average rate. This we have learned in the one of our previous classes. Sales also. Sales also. Which rate? Average rate. Purchases and sales is to be taken at average rate. Okay. Then next, we need to show here. I'm giving out. I don't have the space to write outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses. These two also will appear in trial balance. Outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, both will appear in trial balance. Okay. The reason is that he is asking us your trial balance incorporating adjustments of outstanding and prepaid expenses. He is not talking about incorporation of depreciation. It was the case in one of the previous problems. If you recollect yourself, in the first problem, he was asking you to incorporate 1 to 4. 1 to 4 means wages outstanding, depreciation 3, 4. But here in this problem, he is saying that he is asking you to incorporate. Third and fourth point is about goods sent to branch by head office or in branch books head office account. That will be taken actual. That we will be incorporating only. But in this problem is only asking you to incorporate. Whether depreciation is incorporated in trial balance or depreciation is not incorporated, rate conversion rate will be the same. Okay, so outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, we shall be taking the closing rate. What is the closing rate, my dear friends? I think 77 is the closing rate. Clear to all of you? 31st March 16 is the closing rate. So 70. What is the amount we are having here? 77. So 77 for outstanding expense. Now then he is asking us to prepare trial balance incorporating adjustments and converting UK pound into Indian rupees, trading P&L account for the year ended, and balance sheet as on the date of London branch as would appear in the books of Delhi head office of DM. Now if you can notice this here in this problem, here also we don't have the information. Just a minute. We don't have any information whether it is integral or non-integral. Here is given integral foreign operation. So far whatever the three problems we have done, they all are based on integral foreign operation. I think fourth problem we are having non-integral foreign operation. There we can work out. So let me start this now. Let me prepare first trial balance of London branch. as at 31st March 2006. Is asking question is that trial balance incorporating adjustment and UK converting UK pound into Indian rupees. This is in Indian currency. The last class I have told you whichever is convenient you can do. If you want to copy down as it is the values given here, these values has to be copied down. This is one way. Then again writing the rate other way, rate per UK pound, then going for this one. So it is your wish. You want to time wasting, if you don't have the time you can avoid slip, you can slip this. No, since we are having some adjustment to be made, because we are having asking us to incorporate, so for that purpose whenever you are having adjustments like this, all these items has to be copied down first, then you have to go for these values in foreign currency, then you should write rate of exchange followed by Indian currency. Clear to all of you? So that is what I am going to do now. So I am copying down as it is here. Particulars. Amount in UK pound, then exchange rate for UK pound, this is debit amount in rupees, credit amount in rupees, that is Indian currency. Okay, let me write. I got the manual copy, so I am looking at it and I am copying down. Fixed assets, instead of going back and wasting your time and my time. Fixed assets 24,000. Then opening stock which is given in the problem 11,200. Opening stock 11,200. Goods from head office, goods from head office 64,000. Expenses, this expenses I need to change now. 4,800 plus 400 outstanding minus 200, because he's asking us to incorporate now expenses 4,800 plus 400 minus 200, it is coming to 5,000. Then debtors, first I am copying down as it is. Debtors 4,800. Creditors 3,200. Cash at bank 1,200. Cash at bank 1200. Head office account. Head office account 22,800. Purchases 12,000. Sales 96,000. Now you need to write outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses. Suppose if depreciation is also incorporating, you should deduct from the fixed assets. Then you have to deduct the depreciation. Depreciation is to be taken separately. That's it. That what we have done in the first problem. Now we got the exchange rate, exchange values. That exchange values we should copy down now as it is. Already we know that we have seen the rates. Opening rate is on the date of acquiring rate of exchange. On the date of acquiring the fixed asset is 70 rupees. Opening stock, opening rate is 76. Opening rate is 76. Goods from head office actual. What is goods from head office? We have seen 49,26,000. So I also can go for simultaneous calculation. So 24,000 into 70. I've already calculated. I'm writing the values, my dear friends. So in order to save time, if you got any doubt, you can cross check. 11,200 into 70, 8 lakhs 51,200. This is that actual, and 5,000 for this one. I told you you should go for average. Average is 75. 5,000 into 75. I've already calculated this. It is coming to 3 lakhs 75,000. Debtors, we should go for closing. What is closing rate? 77. It is coming to 3,69,600. Creditors also 77. Cash at bank also 77. These two, 3,200 into 77, it is coming to 2,46,400. And cash at bank 1,200 into 77, it is coming to 92,400. Head office, I told you actual. What is head office actual here? Given in the problem, 17 lakhs 20,000. It shows which balance? Credit balance. 17 lakhs 20,000. Purchases sales average, I told you. What is average? 75. So 12,000 into 75. It is coming to 9 lakhs. Sales 96,000 to 75, it is coming to 72 lakhs. Already calculated. Once again, I'm cross checking this values I've calculated. So outstanding expense, I've told you, we got outstanding expenses of 400 pounds. Outstanding expense shows credit balance. Prepaid expenses shows debit balance. Prepaid expenses 200. So 400 into closing balance is closing rate is 77. 77. So 400 into 77, you'll be getting 30,800 credit balance. And this one, 200 into 77, you'll be getting 15,400. Now you can go for totaling of it. It appears to be debit side totally showing more. If you go for totaling, you'll be getting 92 lakhs. From that, you should keep on deducting the credit side items. You're getting difference of 12,400. It is also can be written like this: difference in exchange foreign exchange translation. So we can also like, all right, we can say difference in exchange also. Okay, this is completed. First part of the question is completed. Now only thing is that we should write closing stock. Then closing stock has been given in the problem. 8,000 pounds. 8,000 pounds you should multiply with closing rate, no? 77. You can write symbol also. Just I am writing UK pound. You can write symbol like this. 8,000 into 77. 80,000 to 77. 6,16,000. 8,000. It is coming to 6,16,000. Then this final accounts is normal. What is to be done? The 31st March 16, I think. 31st March 16. Okay, we'll move on to this next. Got the value straight away, we can write here. We are writing in Indian currency. Opening stock, we got the value here 8,51,200. We got two things, purchase also we got, goods from head office also we got. We are also having this problem, we don't have wages, I think expense we are having, previous problem I think. Okay, and we will be having buy sales and closing stock. Purchases we got here 9 lakhs, sales 72 lakhs. Just now we got closing stock also. What is closing stock? 6 lakhs 16,000. In goods from head office has been given here 49 lakhs 26,000. 49 lakh 26,000. I think should be getting 11 lakh 38,000. This gross profit I've already worked out. You can cross check. Why gross profit 11 lakh 38,000? Then I should write expenses. I have already calculated some expenses and only depreciation. Depreciation directly 10% is said. We got the value already on the date of acquiring the asset. The value has been given. So expenses, I think we have done it here. 3,75,000. Depreciation is 10%. 10% on 16,80,000. It is coming to 1,68,000. So expenses 3,75,000. Depreciation 1,68,000. Okay, then we got some difference in exchange. What is exchange? Of foreign currency. This is called profit. You also can write like profit. Since credit side, I told you yesterday's class we were having difference on the debit side. Here we are having difference on the credit side. So credit side is income. Debit side, because you know trial balance, all credit side incomes, gains and capital. Okay, the same concept you will be applying. So 12,400. How to remember, sir? Difference in credit side like that. 12,000. 12,400. Eleven lakhs 38,000 plus 12,400. You'll be getting 11 lakh 50,400. Minus 3,75,000 minus 1,68,000. How you got the depreciation? You know, 16,80,000 into 10%. You have already converted it in Indian currency. On that you are calculating 10%. So minus 16,000, 1,68,000. Eleven lakh 38,000 plus 12,400. Is 11 lakh 50,400 minus 3 lakh 75,000 minus 1,68,000. We are getting a profit of 6 lakhs 7,400. Net profit carried on. Now we can go for balance sheet. Okay, now we can go for balance sheet. Let us start doing the balance sheet now. Yeah, it is calculation totaling mistake I have done. It is 6 lakhs 8,200, because here I have taken, what I have taken is that 11 lakh 38,800. I have written 11 lakh 38, just now changed it. So 11 lakh 38,800 plus 12,400, 11 lakh 51,200. 11 lakh 51,200 minus 3 lakh 75,000 minus 1 lakh 68,000. You are getting answer of 6 lakhs 8,200. Now we can go for balance sheet now straight away. Balance sheet as at 31st December 2016. Let me start here. Cap please, like head office I told you already. To head office you need to add net profit. Head office balance we are having here 17 lakhs 20,000. Just now we got net profit 6 lakhs 8,200. Seventeen lakhs 20,000 plus 6 lakhs 8,200 is coming to 23 lakhs 28,200. And you can see the trial balance credit side. What are the items we are having here? Creditors we need to take. Head office has already been taken. Sales has already been taken. Outstanding expenses. Only these two things will appear. 2,46,400 will appear. 30,800 will appear. So outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses 30,800. Creditors 2,46,400 we have taken. Now fixed assets. Fixed assets we have taken already 6 lakhs 16 lakhs 80,000. No? On that depreciation also we have calculated. It is coming to 15 lakhs 12,000. Debtors. Debtors we have calculated already. Trial balance. Debtors 3,69,600 to be taken. Prepaid expenses to be taken 15,400, and then cash at bank, and then closing stock is to be taken. So let me write those values here. Debtors 3,69,600. Debtors 3,69,600. In prepaid expenses, we got 15,400. Closing stock, got 6,16,000. Then cash at bank. $92,400. Yes, you can cross check 15 lakhs 12,000 plus 3,69,600 plus 15,400 plus 6,16,000 plus 92,400. 26,05,400. That's it. Balance sheet tally. Clear to all of you? This is how you need to work out the problem. See, I'm going to take out today one more problem. The fourth one. Moonstar has a branch at Virginia, USA. The branch is a non-integral foreign operation. This is important. Non-integral foreign operation of the Moonstar. The trial balance has been given. Now we got some information. Salaries outstanding, depreciate office equipment, head office sent goods, head office shown an amount of 20,50,000 due from branch. Stock, closing stock in dollars. I think these values, you know. Head office sent goods will be taken actual on the debit side. Head office shows an amount, means it shows will be showing on the credit side, and there was no transit items either at start or at the end of the year. And we got, when the fixed assets were purchased, the rate of exchange 53 on 1st April, means opening exchange rate and opening conversion rate, closing conversion rate, average rate. Trial balance incorporating adjustments given converting dollars into rupees. Incorporation means we need to incorporate salaries, what we have done in the first problem. It's similar to first problem. Depreciate office equipment. Of course, these two values will be taking, but closing stock we won't be incorporating. It is similar to first problem which you have learned. You just recollect yourself. First problem, what we have done is same adjustment. Of course, you are given 1 to 4, even the same thing without giving 1 to 4. But here, this branch, this problem we have assumed as integral foreign operation. Nothing is mentioned. So now the same problem, almost same problem, my dear friend, same problem, values have changed. In place of plant and machinery, as having office equipment. In place of wages, you are having what is it called as salaries. The rest of things is same. But only thing is that you have to convert. This is non-integral foreign operation. Quickly, let me give you at glance what we have discussed exchange rate to be used for reporting non-integral foreign operations. Monetary items like cash, debtors, creditors. Cash, debtors, creditors. It is same integral operation is also closing rate. Here also closing rate. You all are aware of it. You have learned already. If you want, you can verify that. Opening stock if carried at historical cost. Opening stock if carried at historical cost. Opening stock if carried at historical cost for non-integral opening rate. Even for integral also we have done the opening rate. The reason is that we don't have actual exchange rate for opening stock. Closing stock also actually actual exchange rate, but since we don't have the problem so far we have worked, we don't have the information, so we went for closing rate only. It is also same. Non-monetary items, example fixed assets. Fixed assets for integral operation, all the problems we are having actual exchange rate. Since it is a non-integral foreign operation which is not significant, this 53 rupees is not significant. This is not significant. Why? This is non-integral. So for non-integral operations, for fixed assets and for depreciation, we should be using closing rate. So this is what important point. So these two closing rate we should take. That's the difference. And other revenue items, actual exchange rate like purchase, sales. This is same for integral, non-integral. Even integral also we have done, average rate we have taken. So non-integral also the information is we don't have of what is the date of purchase, what is the date of sales. So that is why we will be taking average rate only. Goods received from head office and balance in head office account in the books of branch, that is actual. So only the thing is that the entire problem is same. Only for what is the difference so far, whatever we have done for integral, non-integral is that for assets including depreciation, closing rate. That's it. So what I have done, instead of wasting your time, salaries outstanding, it is to be added. Salaries we have seen last problem, like adding wages. Here salaries is coming to 3,600 and we will be writing outstanding salary. And this assets we are splitting, assets separately, depreciation separately. Outstanding salary, which rate? Closing rate. I think rates also has been given. Opening rate is 57, closing rate 60, average is 65. This 53 doesn't have any significance. If it is integral operation, this is significant. Prepare trading P&L account for the year ended and balance sheet as on the date depicting the profitability and net position of the branch as would appear in the books of Moonstar for the purpose of incorporating in the main balance sheet. So what I have done for this already, I worked out the problem like this. So office equipment, actual office equipment, what is that has been given here? 48,000, 10%, 4,800. If you take out that, you will be getting 43,200. Depreciation on office equipment I've written. I told you already what is conversion rate. It has been given closing rate. I told you don't take 53 rupees because it is non-integral foreign operation. No, it is closing rate. Clear to all of you? I'm not giving anything. You have to remember, I have already given. I have already told you. If you want, while you are listening to this, you can make a note. Okay, everything I can't write. These things we have discussed already. I hope you will understand this, right, my dear friends? So maybe sometimes some of you may be boring, sir. You are repeating the same thing again and again. Okay, coming back to this now. Same is the case of furniture. This has splitted depreciation because he is asking us to incorporate. When he is asking us to incorporate, we are doing it. If he is not asking you to incorporate, we can write actually you can add these two things, and depreciation we can take separately. So this is also closing rate, and opening stock, opening rate, purchases average rate, sales average rate, goods from head office actual, carriage inward, average rate, salaries I told you to add outstanding. After adding outstanding, it is average rate. Outstanding salaries is closing rate. What is closing rate? You have seen that closing rate is 60. Okay, this problem I worked out. Instead of sitting, you will be watching and wasting your time. This actually I'm explaining without looking at you. Make an attempt of it. Don't see the solution. If you got the doubt, you can just go through it. Clear to all of you? You need a bit of practice, my dear friends. Trade expenses, come on. What is which rate? Average rate. Head office actual has been given. Trade debtors, closing. Trade creditors closing. Cash at bank closing. Cash in hand closing. you are having difference in exchange loss. I told you in case of integral operations, whenever there is a difference in foreign exchange, we used to, if it is a loss, we used to debit P&L account. If it is a gain, we used to credit P&L account. But I have given notes to you. In case of non-integral foreign operation, any profit or loss will be taken in exchange rate will be called as foreign currency translation reserve. What is it called as? Foreign currency translation reserve. This will be a loss. If it is a loss, you have to show on the liability side in brackets. If it is a gain, it appear on the balance sheet liability side. So for the time being, you understand either a loss or a gain, that is by converting the foreign exchange gain or a loss. You remember, if it is a gain, you show on the liability side. Even if it is a loss also, you show on the liability side with brackets. So that also I have done the problem. Just I will show you here. Balance sheet I have done. Foreign currency translation reserve. Since you are getting loss, you are putting in brackets. If there is no loss, suppose if, how you will be knowing, sir? If trial balance difference you are getting on the credit side is a gain. If that is the case, no need to write in the brackets. Since we are getting the difference on the debit side, you should put it in brackets. Some people, they may also suggest you to write on the asset side, but reserve always will appear on the liability side, no? So better you write reserve in a negative. And this will continue as long as non-integral foreign operations are continued. Once the non-integral foreign operations are discontinued, disposed, and then this reserve will be closed by transferring to head office account. Is this clear? Till then it will be continuing. We'll be continuing that. So now coming back to, we'll be discussing more about it. So for the time being, you just simply remember foreign currency translation reserve. If it is loss, you put in brackets gain. You just simply write that. Okay, then I've done the problem. Once if you got the values, you can, and difference I told you, opening stock, you can get that data. Purchases, goods from head office, carriage inward, sales, closing stock. Salaries have already, including outstanding, no? I've already added outstanding. You can see salaries including outstanding. $2,34,000. How you got? You can see here. Salaries including outstanding. Once if you can convert the final accounts, you can do it, my dear friends. Rent and rates, insurance, trade expense, depreciation. We have already calculated depreciation, no? Here, depreciation on office equipment, you can see 2,88,000. Depreciation on furniture 19,200. Net profit, you got it. Then coming back to the credit side, this is gross profit is complete, net profit. Then you went for balance sheet. Head office account has been given. We already seen that. Head office, why head office he has given here 20,50,000. So that you have added profit. Foreign currency, I told you we are getting difference on the debit side in trial balance conversion. So we'll be calling this foreign currency translation reserve. Sundry creditors, you know, outstanding salaries we have already done. Balance sheet liability side. Office equipment, furniture, this written down value are already written. This is a written down value. Why written down value already? We already calculated depreciation, no, here. We separated that. That is why directly instead of again deducting it, 25,92,000, 2,88,000. $25,92,000, and furniture, is it 1,72,800? Yeah, furniture 1,72,800. That also I have written. Debtors, you know, closing stock, cash at bank, cash in hand. Closing stock here is given. You know that closing stock is to be calculated 21,500 into 60. Got the same value. I've already calculated. 21,500 into 60. 12,90,000. It will be taken to trading account credit side. I've already taken that into trading account credit side. And balance sheet debit side. Balance sheet asset side. Here also I've written that how you got it. So balance sheet has been tallied. Okay, 47,74,800. Now we are left out with one more problem. With that we will be concluding the syllabus. I hope you got the clarity. Just this problem I've intentionally, because if I don't work out, you'll be having the doubt whether your answer is right or wrong. On a non-integral, in this problem, you learned three things. The date of purchase, what is that called as here? Purchase at the rate, when fixed assets purchase, the rate of exchange. This is immaterial, because for non-integral foreign operations, we'll be taking closing rate. Point number one. Point number two, difference in exchange will be taken to balance sheet. We'll be calling them as, I told you, we'll be calling them as foreign currency translation reserve. Since we got a loss, we are writing in the brackets. If it is credit side difference in trial balance, just we'll be putting like that. Both will be taken on the liability side only. Okay, so keep on practicing, and this problem you please kindly try this on your own, then I think you'll be having clarity how to work out. So far 4 problems we have worked out. 3 on integral foreign operation, 1 is on non-integral operation, non-integral foreign operation. The other one is the trial balance. I think that you can easily simply do it. And 6th problem we will be working out. With that, almost all the models have been covered, right? So thank you. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. God bless you all.